This is a Code Ninja security advisory. I'm issuing an urgent warning right now about a critical legacy vulnerability, CVE 2012-1854. Now, this is a threat you probably thought was ancient history, but it has just been reactivated by a new, and I mean uncompromising, federal deadline. So yeah, your immediate attention is absolutely required.
So get this, this vulnerability was first published and exploited way back in 2012. For years, it's basically been a ghost in the machine, just sitting there. But yesterday, April 13th, 2026, CISA, that's the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, went and added it to their Known Exploited Vulnerabilities catalog. You know it as the KEV. So let's be clear, this isn't some history lesson. As of right now, this is an active, high-priority threat. So what's my objective here? It's simple, really. I'm here to arm you, all you system admins and security pros out there, with the intel you need to take immediate action. We have to get mitigation protocols deployed to protect the perimeter before this thing gets weaponized any further. Okay, before we go any deeper, we're going to do a quick comms check. It is absolutely critical that this intelligence is received and acknowledged. That's the only way we can get a handle on our collective defensive posture.
I need you to treat this like a security protocol. Step 1. Subscribe to this channel. Lock in your intelligence feed for real-time threat data. Trust me, you're going to want this for future advisories. Step 2. Hit that like button. That's your formal acknowledgement of receipt for this briefing. And Step 3. And listen, this one is crucial. I need you to comment below. Just drop your status. Are you patched or are you vulnerable? That intel is vital for us to gauge the real blast radius of this thing.
All right, comms link established. Let's move on to the protocol. We're going to break down the vulnerability, the attack vector, and the full impact. Okay, so what are we really looking at? The fundamental weakness is CWE 426. That's the common weakness enumeration for an untrusted search path. To put it in plain English, the vulnerable application just doesn't check where it's loading its components from. Think of it like this. It's the digital equivalent of leaving a side door completely unlocked, just letting an attacker's malicious code walk right on in. So, how does the attacker pull this off? It's a classic Trojan horse play. It's just 2 steps. First, the attacker drops a malicious DLL file, the Trojan, into the same directory as a totally normal-looking document like a Word doc. Then, step 2, you, the user, open that document. That's it. The vulnerable application, without checking, loads the attacker's malicious DLL, executes their code, and just like that, they have elevated system access. It's simple, it's clean, and it is devastatingly effective. Now, the million-dollar question, are you in the blast radius? You need to stop what you're doing and immediately audit your systems for these specific legacy configurations. We're talking Microsoft Office 2003, 2007, and 2010. Also, the Microsoft VBA and the Summit VBA SDKs. Look, if you are running any of this software, you have to assume you are vulnerable, period.
And here's what's absolutely critical to understand: the reevaluation of this threat. See, back in 2012, this thing was scored a 6.9, which is medium severity. But now, under this new CISA mandate, it's been rescored using the latest CVSS standard. That's version 3.1, and it's jumped to a 7.8. That makes it a high-severity vulnerability. And let me be clear, this is not just some number changing on a spreadsheet. This is a formal declaration of significantly increased risk.
So what does high severity actually mean for you? It means total compromise. A successful exploit leads to a high impact on confidentiality, meaning your data gets stolen, high impact on integrity, meaning your data can be changed, and high impact on availability, meaning your system can be completely taken offline. We're talking a complete and total loss of control over the asset.
Okay, let's get to the mandate. These are your required actions, and to be crystal clear, this is not a suggestion. This is a requirement, and it has a very hard deadline.
Take a look at this. This is the federal compliance clock, and it is ticking. As of April 13th, this CVE is officially on the KV list. Your deadline for all required actions is April 27th. That's a 2-week window. 2 weeks. The urgency here really cannot be overstated. And while yes, this mandate directly targets federal agencies, let's be real, it sets the standard of care for every single one of us. So, what does CISA require? They've laid out 3 mandatory actions. Action 1, apply all mitigations exactly as the vendor instructs, no shortcuts. Action 2, if you're using cloud services, you have to follow the guidance in Binding Operational Directive 22-01. And Action 3 is the last resort. If patches or mitigations simply are not available for your old system, the directive is uncompromising. You must discontinue use of the product. Take it offline, eliminate the attack surface.
To wrap this up, I want to be really clear about the principle behind this advisory. This is about the code we live by as security professionals. Look, as practitioners, we operate under an ethical code. Our duty is to secure environments before an exploit gets fully weaponized. This kind of public disclosure, it isn't about pointing fingers at anyone. It's about forcing a fix. It's about protecting users. We bring these things into the light because we have to protect the entire ecosystem.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. The compliance clock is running. The threat is live. Have you audited your legacy systems for CVE 2012-854? Because the time to act is right now.
Stay secure.